hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. And in today's video, I want to go over a subject that some people struggle with and might find this video and this information very helpful. And it's about calluses on your feet. And so the first thing I want to say before I start with my foot care is I want to kind of let you know some things. First of all, I am not a professional. I am just a person who is sharing my experience, strength, and hope with you and what I have learned. The first thing I want to say is that if you have diabetes or any problems like that or health problems with your feet, make sure that you have got the okay from your doctor before you start any type of foot care. So what I want to say first is that if you are diabetic and you have calluses on your feet or corns and you want to remove them, you need to be very, very careful in doing so. It needs to be a process. You don't want to go and just rip that callus off. You want to just slowly, layer by layer, remove it. And that's what I'm going to show you today, is a gentle way that you can start at removing those layers of skin that is causing the callus or the corn. To start out, you can soak your feet for about 20 minutes, either in Epsom salt, or you can use 1 cup of apple cider vinegar to 4 cups of water in warm water, and you can soak and then get all that skin to loosen up before you start to file. And what you're going to do is you're going to, after you've soaked your feet, you're going to take a foot file and you're going to gently file that skin, and just layer by layer, like maybe, every couple days, just file and not ripping the skin off in any way. And then also too, this is where exfoliation comes in and how important it is that we exfoliate our feet on a regular basis. And so if you are continuing to exfoliate your feet gently, if you're gently scrubbing your feet on a regular basis, it will also loosen up that tough callous skin and start helping to shed the skin off of your feet. It's very important to exfoliate. But in this video today, I'm not going to do an exfoliation, but what I am going to do is I'm going to use the foot file and I'm going to file off some of my dry skin and show you how it's done. Like I mentioned, after you've soaked for 20 minutes, either in Epsom salt or apple cider vinegar. And then there is another solution that you can do, is that you can soak your feet. You can put a couple tablespoons of castor oil into your warm water and you can soak your feet with castor oil. And what I'm going to do today in this video is I'm going to massage some castor oil into my feet. And so let's get into this foot care. We're going to start out filing the ball of the foot in a circular fashion, very gently, and then moving along down to the heel and filing very gently in a very gentle way. And just focusing on those areas that we develop the calluses, which is usually up near the ball of the foot or your heel or the top side by your baby toe. lightly and not being too rough, and then I'll come down to the heel, and I'm using the rougher part of the file, and then I'll file up along the ball and the top part, just lightly in round little circular motions. And now I'm just going to come along the other side of my foot, the outer side of my foot, and just exfoliating and using the file in a circular fashion. And taking care of your feet and exfoliating and doing this can give you really good results, but it does take a lot of dedication. And I just want to say that if you're hanging in there with me, that I really appreciate you, and you deserve a lot of credit. And now I'm just going to turn the file around to the softer side of it, and I'm just going to buff out my heel and buff out my foot and the ball of my foot, and just kind of just softly buff everything out that I already filed. And now I'm going to come along to the outer side of my foot, and I'm using the rougher side of the file and just filing off all that dry skin on the outer part of my foot. And you can get a lot of calluses from your shoes and from sports, or, you know, whatever is going on. And so I am filing in those areas on the outer side of the foot that tend to develop the corns and the calluses. And I'm just going in a circular motion and just lightly filing. Then getting the outer part of the heel and just getting in there and filing off all that dry, cracked skin that we get in our heel area. And then just moving up to the top part of the outer part of your foot in a circular fashion and just lightly filing those calluses. You can see I'm being very, very gentle with my filing. I'm not being rough and I'm not being aggressive in any way. I'm just lightly in circular motions, just filing. And now I'm going to turn it around and to the soft side, and I'm going to buff out everything that we just filed. And then we'll just smooth it out with the other side of the file in order so that you don't have any dry pieces of skin hanging off of your feet. And this is definitely a process, so you don't have to be in a hurry. You can just do this a couple times a week. And with consistency, it won't take long and you will see results. And now we're going to move on into the other foot, and we're going to file up at the top of the foot, of the ball of the foot. And we're using the rough side to file that dry skin and to file those calluses down. And then we'll come to the heel and we'll file in the circular fashion around the heel, and you can file up along your toes, focusing on those spots where we develop our calluses. And then just lightly in a circular fashion, come down and work on your heel and work on filing down some of that cracked, dry skin that we develop along our heel. And just being gentle and not rough or aggressive in any way. And now we'll turn it around to the other side, and we're just going to buff all that out. And we'll just continue to work on our heel and all that dry skin on the outer part of our heel. Just being soft and gentle with yourself. And now we're going to use the rough side of the file, and we're going to come along to the outer part of our foot where we developed the calluses from wearing our shoes. And I want to thank you for all your positive comments. And I also want to just say that if you have any suggestions or anything that you want to say, just leave it in the comments because I'm open to all your suggestions. And I value your comments and your feedback. And now we'll use the other side of the file, and we'll just buff out everything that we filed and smooth it all out so that we don't have any dry, flaky pieces of skin hanging off. Gently buff out your heel and just be very careful and gentle and just buff it all out. And then we'll just continue on to the inner side of your foot, really getting into your heel and the ball of your foot and really softly and gently filing down those calloused areas. Your feet are going to feel so much better after pampering yourself and really taking good care of your feet. And now we'll turn the file around into the soft part, and we'll just buff all that out. Just gently rubbing and filing in a very soft and gentle fashion. I really hope that you are learning and that this is helping you. And so now we'll move on to the massage, and I'm massaging the castor oil into my feet, in which is going to help in softening all those calloused areas. And so we'll just rub it all in and massaging in an upward fashion and rubbing along the ball of your foot and then along the sides and your heel, and just rubbing that castor oil into your feet. Just really making sure that your feet absorbs all that castor oil that is so beneficial for helping with softening the calluses. And now we're going to pull it up through the ankle and massaging around your ankle and just pulling it up. And then we'll just wiggle our toes a little bit, and we'll just scrunch and release and scrunch and release and just get the circulation into your feet. And then we'll come on over to the other foot, applying the castor oil throughout your entire foot and just rubbing it into the ball of your foot and just pulling the fluid up through the tops of your toes and just rubbing it in between your toes and really massaging and enjoying the castor oil and rubbing along the sides. Massaging lightly around the heel. And just focusing on those dry areas up in the ball of your foot where we develop our calluses and in your heel, and just being very gentle and rubbing that oil into the skin and just massaging and pulling the blood flow and the circulation up to the top and out through your feet, and then rubbing onto the sides and into your arch. Your feet are going to love you. And then just pulling up through your ankle and through the tops of your feet, and just pulling all that fluid up through your feet. And then we'll just continue massaging both feet, just pulling that fluid up through the tops of your feet and rubbing along the sides and in the ball. Now we're going to get the circulation into our feet. We're going to scrunch and release, and wiggle your feet around. Now we'll do our point and flex, and point and flex, and point and flex, and point and flex and point and flex. This is so good for your ankles. And just continuing to point and flex and point and flex and point and flex. Now we'll circle our ankles. We're going to circle around, and then we're going to go in the opposite direction, just circling and getting that circulation into your ankles, and we're going to circle your ankle. And now we'll get ready for our relaxation.